Hello everybody, it's March 11th, Tuesday. This is Patrick Carey Apiary, and it is time to do a mite count. I have all my supplies here, my nitrile gloves. This is the Formic Pro by Nod. If we discover that we have an issue with mites or we're above threshold, which is 1 for this time of year, more or less, if we find any mites, we're going to go ahead and treat with Formic. I've got some queens coming beginning of April, so I'll be making splits, and this is kind of a perfect time to use the Formic because the temperatures are around 50 during the day. It'll give me a good chance to hit them with Formic if they need it, and then do splits. And after I do the splits, I'm gonna do the Varoxan to keep the mites down over summer. I'm really gonna focus on my mites this year. This is our half a cup. This is what we'll be using to scoop the bees. The Easy Check kit has a line in there for 300 bees, and of course the alcohol, 91% alcohol. The higher the alcohol seems to work better for knocking the mites off. I like to start out with a little bit of alcohol in the container, and then I will top it off once we get the girls in there. You can see they're just below. That'll be enough for once I get the bees in. I will be able to give them a shake and kill them all. So hive is very active today. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get her opened up. Our smoker here. Got some probiotics. I'm gonna give them just because I bought it, and now I know that research behind it isn't really there, but I bought it, so I might as well give them a dose. Got a brick. I've got a quilt box insulation system that I've been using this winter. It's really working well. Made my hives come through winter pretty strong. We had a very cold winter here in Delaware. So it's just a super that's full of pine chats, and then it has insulation below it. Oftentimes that falls off. What the heck? These Apame lids are super easy to work with, as long as you get them on. I guess I'm nervous doing the video. Alright. You see the Reflectix in between. This is above the cluster. And here's the girls. They're looking good. This colony was actually a combination. About a week ago, I did a combination. One of my colonies became a drone layer this winter, unfortunately. So I combined it with this one, got rid of that queen, and now they're super strong. Been feeding pollen for about a month. I don't have many small hive beetles here in Delaware, but we do have some. All right, so we're gonna get in, we're gonna check the brood, signs of queen, and then we're going to go ahead and look to find some brood. Do this mite check. We do have some bee bread and nectar. They're bringing in nectar from the maples. This is nice. Gotta remember that the camera faces down, so I gotta make sure you guys can see everything. Okay. Now what we're gonna do as we go through is look for the queen and check for signs of the queen. If we see her, that's a major plus. if we don't, we're going to want to be looking for eggs. Now you can see here, this is some leftover drone brood from the drone layer colony that I combined. Would make for a decent, could make for a decent mite check frame because of the drone brood and because there's nurse bees on it, and because I don't see the queen. So normally what I would want to see is open brood, which I do have open drone brood. Plenty of nurse bees. There is some bread, bee bread. Let's keep looking. We may come back and use that frame for the mite count. More drone brood. We do have some worker brood at the top. This frame, certainly not a lot. Queen cup, just not seeing the queen. There is more worker brood in the middle of the frame. Got the sun to my back. I got young larvae. Sure if I can see that on the camera or not. Don't see eggs yet. Keep going. Try to go a little quicker just so that the video isn't too long. Do like to make sure I'm smooth with my hands. There are a few drones in here that are left over from the combine. They are certainly calm. I would consider their calmness and the amount of noise in the colony that their queen is probably present. Alright, so this frame, we've got young, very young larvae. Nice circle of it in the middle there. For your video today, since I'm sure that the queen is not on this frame, I'm going to use this one for the mite check. Now you see all the open brood in the middle there, these are all nurse bees. This is what the Varroa mites would be targeting. They're going in there and hiding underneath of the larvae in the royal jelly. And these bees, these are the nurse bees, as I said, and they are exposed to the Varroa mites. Look at, there's a really old one in there. Exposed to the Varroa mites, so this would be the best option for me for doing my mite count. Now, I'm not seeing the queen. I do see a couple of drones. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the mite count for you all, and then I'm gonna continue with my inspection. Okay, this should be enough bees. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the frame to my container, double check for the queen. No queen present on this frame. Now I'm going to shake the bees into the container. All of the bees off. Return that frame. Now that gives us another chance to look for the queen. These are all nurse bees, that's why they can't fly. It's a perfect amount of bees. We're gonna bang it to the side. Then we're gonna use our scoop, and we're gonna scoop half a cup of bees. Half a cup of bees going in. It's right at the 300 mark. Put the lid on, and we give them a shake. That kills them. It's gonna kill all the bees. We're gonna shake it vigorously for a minute. That was exactly 1/2 cup of bees. When I dumped it into the container, it was right at 300. Go ahead and get a little more just because of the video. Toss them in, throw them up, get them killed. We're gonna return the remainder of the bees by the box, and we are going to get back to vigorously shaking. This is an older version of the Easy Check container, so it does leak. I don't shake it up and down, I like to swoosh. And I'm gonna add some more alcohol now, and we're gonna completely cover the bees so you guys can see this. Between my 3 hives, I will be using all of that alcohol today. But this is a perfect time, like I said, to get an idea of how my mites are, what my mite level is, and get a treatment on. Because it's about 15 days, well, it's the 11th, so we got about 20 days until my queens will be arriving, so this would be a good time to give them a knockback. Vigorously shake. This is going to kill the Varroa mites. They're going to fall to the bottom of the cup. In a minute here, we're going to let the bees settle back into the cup. I'm actually going to leave my quilt boxes on for a couple more weeks, just until it gets to be time to do the splits, and then I'll take them off. But another thing I'm going to do, which I'll show you in just a minute. All right, that was pretty good shaking. We're going to let it sit now and settle. We'll see if we find any mites. Oh, we got a busted glove. Happens. Grab another glove. I did accidentally release one of my queens last year while wearing, you know, the goatskin gloves, and I've decided that I'm done wearing gloves because it's not worth the risk. I'd rather be careful and get stung from time to time than lose my queen. Smoker's still going. Give him a little hit to see if they'll calm down anymore. This is something I'm going to do. It's another part of my Varroa control. I'm going to remove the bottom tray. That switches it out to a screen bottom, and although that's a minimal control, it is another control. As I get down into this colony, I'll show you that I have drone brood frame at the bottom. So we're gonna look up here, see if we see any Varroa mites, and I do not see any. And that is great news. I don't see any. I see a little pollen. Sorry about losing your pollen, girls. Wow. 0 is a 0, baby. Normally what you do is take that whatever number you find and divide it by 3, which would get you your total of whatever between, you know, if you had 3 divided by 3, you get 1 per 100 bees. And that's the threshold in springtime here. Not sure if you can see out there across the field, there's a deer. This is my property in Frankfort, Delaware. This is going to be my expansive apiary as I continue to expand. We're going from 3 to 11 here in the next month, and from there we'll just keep on going. So I'm just going to check one more time, and then we're going to go ahead and complete the video. I'm going to continue on with my inspection. Although I know the queen is there, I do want to see if there's any brood down below. Okay, that's a 0, and that is fantastic. Last year, this colony actually got pretty high. I had a light count of 12 in October, and that was scary. Learned a lesson there, and I'm going to stay on top of it. Because I'm at a 0 right now, when I make my splits, I'm going to use my Varroxan to keep them there. The extended oxalic acid is showing that it's not there for knockback, it's there for maintaining a 0, and that's what I want to do this season. I want to maintain a 0. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a great day. That concludes the mite count video.